Episode 741. Assassins don't have thick health pools. Their life-for-life strike trades blood for blood, and most classes can't one-shot through it. But mages, they're not even on par with assassins. They're cut from the same fragile cloth. A battle mage may be called a battle mage, but they're still a mage at heart. The fragility of a mage's life is on full display here. The assassin's life-or-death strike landed true. The battle mage didn't get knocked back, but the torrent of blood spraying from his back left no doubt about the sheer damage of that blow. Yet that strike landed, and the battle mage still didn't fall. His twisting body was about to reveal the attacker's name when a gunshot rang out, hitting the battle mage square in the right shoulder. The battle mage staggered, spinning half a turn. It looked like he'd finally get a clear view, but somehow he spun right back. That person quickly ducked behind the battle mage, unleashing a relentless barrage of ninjutsu and blade techniques. As for that assassin, after a life-or-death strike like that, there's a long period of exhaustion. A move that powerful comes with a steep price.
Fine spearmanship.
The star anise and Sichuan peppercorns were the real deal. Though the assassin and ninja were clearly the main damage dealers, that single mysterious shot from earlier was the true display of technical mastery. That shot had calculated the angle and timing with absolute precision, but now it all seemed futile. Though the battle mage hadn't spotted him, the assassin and ninja had taken note.
So there are others with the same idea as us.
Ba Jiao and Dao Du muttered to each other, then quickly messaged the guild leader to contact the mole and find out which faction those two players belonged to.
Should we tail them?
After sending the message, Dao Du saw the two about to leave and quickly asked Bai Jiao.
No, they steal that gum.
Bai Jiao cast a wary glance around but found nothing. That shot had come from somewhere. Judging by the angle of impact, they could roughly trace its origin, but they found nothing at all. Who knows if that person is still watching this spot right now?
I don't recognize either of those two.
Dao Du remarked that the guild's elites had some reputation, not that he knew them personally, but he'd heard of them. Yet neither of these two fell within the scope of Dao Du's known guild experts.
I don't recognize them either.
Beijie shook his head as well.
It's not a fake account, is it?
Dao Du asked.
Whose wild signal could arrive that fast?
Baguio said. Dao thought it over and had to agree. Seeing others carrying out an assassination right before their eyes made the two of them even more cautious. At the same time, they silently thanked their luck for not choosing that battle mage earlier. Otherwise, they would have been exposed. So, against those three assassins, they were the victors. They'd eliminated their rivals without exposing themselves. As for those three, they eliminated their competition, but they also exposed themselves. The moment a Misty Rain player was killed, Misty Rain itself was the first to know. Misty Rain's guild leader, Misty Rain Locked Tower, didn't rush to anger upon hearing this. He immediately knew that among those who had gone out, someone harbored ill intentions. If they quietly killed off all their competitors, the boss might fall into their hands without anyone being the wiser. Misty Rainlock's gaze swept across the guild players before him, then caught sight of one player quietly slipping away from the group.
What do you think you're doing?
What Misty Rain hadn't counted on was that, almost at the same moment, several guild leaders shouted out, all their gazes fixed in that direction.
Huh? What's going on? You talking to me?
It took that player a moment to realize all those guild leaders had shouted in unison, and they were shouting at him.
I didn't do anything.
You want to leave?
No.
No one leaves now.
A guild leader called out. Misty Rain took one look at the situation. Their own man was dead, and these guys had probably seen everything. Whoever was behind this assassination was way too exposed. But even as he thought this, a flicker of anxiety crept into his heart. He'd already lost one man. Now every guild leader was watching like hawks, all afraid someone else would bring in reinforcements. With everyone locked in that standoff, they'd have to make do with the people they'd already committed. His Misty Rain pavilion was already down a man. How could he not be anxious? The new replacement might not make it in time.
Not bad at all. The news came through. Results are excellent.
Meanwhile, after the player from Misty Rain was assassinated, Lord Grimm, Yi Shu, received a commendation message from Wei Chen.
With them keeping each other in check, things get a lot easier for us.
Ye Shu replied,
Make it quick.
Can't hold on?
The hell you talking about? Try kiting a level 65 wild boss yourself and see how you like it.
Wei Chen cursed.
I see you still have time to send messages. Pretty free, huh?
Wei Chen was thoroughly speechless. He didn't reply, making it clear he was very much not free.
That kill of yours just now was beautiful.
The discussion within Lord Grimm's team was heating up as well.
Everyone, follow my lead. Let's keep going.
Yi Shu was saying in the channel.
Okay. Got it.
These were all Wei Chen's brothers, straightforward men who had long since let go of any grudge from their earlier fight with Ye Shu. Seeing that Wei Chen and Ye Shu were friends, they immediately treated Ye Shu as a friend too. Once they became friends, naturally they had no problem following Ye Shu's commands. Every Glory player was confident their own command skills surpassed Ye Shu's.
We just took out one from Misty Rain. Next up, Herb Garden. Those two lovebirds were having a great time spying on us just now. Let's return the favor. Make it a double kill.
Roger that. Roger that.
The crowd shouted.
This time, tyrannical ambition makes the first move.
Yi Shu called their names, and both Eight Corners and Swordbean were rattled. They tried to comfort themselves with the fact that they'd come out on top, but that miracle shot of his had left a deep impression.
Can we handle this opponent?
Neither of them voiced it, but both were silently weighing the question, while simultaneously running through every gun-wielding ace in every guild. At that level of skill, assuming it wasn't just blind luck, both of them figured he had to be more than just an ordinary elite expert. He had to be a big-name, guild-anchoring figure.
Who could it be?
The two of them were still guessing wildly, but their guild leader, Arisayama, had already sent them a message.
We've already identified the two who made a move earlier. They're from 100 Blossoms Valley.
That was the message sent from Tianan Singh.
100 Blossoms Valley?
The field narrowed considerably. Ba Zhao and Dao Do immediately started running through the list of gun experts in 100 Blossoms. There were plenty of well-known names, and who knew how many more hidden ones lurking in the shadows. A Spitfire from 100 Blossoms Guild? Nothing surprising there. Their team's star character, Dazzling 100 Blossoms, is a gunner class, so naturally the guild has plenty of Spitfires gathered in its ranks. While a Spitfire's primary reliance is on the special effects of their bullets, marksmanship is still a fundamental skill that cannot be neglected. Zhong Kotong already knew the other side was from 100 Blossoms, but the other guilds were equally up to speed. Only 100 Blossoms was operating on different information.
Those two characters don't exist.
No.
The 100 Blossoms moles, embedded in various guilds, all sent back the same message.
There are already wild accounts coming over.
The 100 Blossoms Guild leader, Haokai Kanze, was still secretly alarmed, completely unaware that these two were actually members of his own guild. With over 10,000 guild members, only a handful of famous experts were known to everyone. Wei Chen's brothers were the type who quietly blended in, just farming welfare and stat points. Who would even remember them? Every guild investigating this character started with the other guilds. None of them thought to check their own. Now everyone else knew they were from 100 Blossoms Guild. Yet 100 Blossoms themselves remained clueless, still thinking it was some alt account from one of the other major guilds. Now that the other guilds knew the score, they kept their mouths shut. Even if the other guilds have no such plans yet, they'd better start making them. Pointing fingers at 100 Blossoms over this now would just be petty.